There's a place where you are right now, wherever it is, that God wants you to step into a new dimension or possibly grow into another level of maturity, possibly grow into another level of faith. God wants you to increase. God wants you to grow. God wants you to move forward. And so there's a proverbial other side for each and every one of us. But here's the thing. What happens is that when they spoke to Jesus, they were on the shore. And they heard the vision on the shore. See, I think it's very easy and simple to hear the vision, to see the vision, to believe in the vision, to know the vision when you're in the shore. But what happens is that God sends you into the deep. And what happens is, like, I don't know about you, but I get excited when I hear vision. God forgive me, but I'm a 3 on the Enneagram. I get excited when I hear a vision. I'm like, I'm excited. What? We're going to do what? We're going to go where? We're going to accomplish what? We're going to achieve what? Let's make it happen. Let's do it. And so it's easy to get excited when you are hearing the vision from the shore. But then God sends you into the deep. So I could imagine the disciples, they're looking at vision. They're hearing the vision. They're seeing Jesus for the one that is calling him. They are just talking to the one that performed an amazing miracle. And Jesus saying, I want you to go to the other side. Hey, no problem. Let's go to the other side. Now they're now headed to the other side. And what begins to happen is often what begins to happen to all of us is that now the circumstances begin to change. Now I want you to keep in mind that the vision doesn't change, but the circumstance did. See, the vision was declared on the shore, but oftentimes what happens is that as we begin to progress within the progress of that vision, oftentimes what begins to happen is that the circumstances change. And the conditions begin to somehow seep into our hearts. And here's what began to happen. The storm started raging on the outside. See, there wasn't a storm while they were on the shore. But the moment they began to walk towards the other side, what began to happen? A storm came. Can it be that sometimes we give up on the vision, not because the vision changed, but simply because the circumstances around us did? So often, God has given us a vision. God has given you a vision of what he's called you to look like at Christ's Uncensored House of Worship. He's given you a vision of what he's called you to be as a man of God and as a woman of God. And sometimes what happens is that the circumstances around the vision begin to change. But here's what we need to understand, that the vision actually never changes. But it's our perception that becomes skewed. The vision never changed. The goal was always to get to the other side. But watch how quickly their perception was skewed because of the circumstances that were around them. Verse 26, it says, when the disciples saw him walking on water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, it's a ghost. Can you imagine that? That they are calling a ghost the one that called them, the one that just fed 5,000, the one that saved them, the one that they were calling Messiah. They are now calling that person a ghost, the one that just gave them the vision to get to the other side. Hey, the vision didn't change, but their perception became skewed.